to you by Video Revolution and Envision Media.
Welcome back to the Tulsa Talons TV show, Off the Wall. I'm Rick Corey, your host, and gosh, I've just got this feeling of deja vu. Hey, it's Justin Allgood. He's back with the Tulsa Talons. It's great to have you back. Just tell us what the feeling was like coming back into town.
Amazing. You know, it was a 20-hour drive for me. I pulled in Monday night, so I finally started seeing signs of familiarity, and it was a great feeling.
In this league and in this game, in any game, it happens that you change teams, you know, and you go to Philadelphia. The experience there was not what you wanted, obviously, but still, you got to see a different side of the game and a different team. Is that fulfilling? Does that help?
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that I was so familiar with Tulsa, I want to know what else was out there, and I had an opportunity to go do that, and I got to see an amazing city and meet a lot of amazing people. So it was definitely a situation that was unique and great, but once again, I'm still glad to be back here.
Yeah, and I'm sure everybody else is glad to have you back here as well. Now, even though you're back, and it's familiar, and there's the black helmet and that kind of thing, very different football team. How familiar are you with the group that's here now?
And that's the biggest challenge. I don't know these guys. I've got an opportunity to watch them, but I don't go to practice every day with them. I don't go on 13-hour flights with them, you know, so it's going to be interesting to get to know these guys. From all I've heard, they've been an outstanding group. The coaches speak real highly of them, so I'm excited to meet them.
As a quarterback, getting to know a receiver, we talked a lot about, you know, you were talking about Mitch, or with Mitch, that is, during one of our breaks, about choice routes and things like that. How long does it take to get that feeling with a group?
It just depends on the receiver and the quarterback, you know. There's some guys that can go out there and throw it the first day and be perfectly fine, and there's some it takes a couple months to get used to. It just really depends on how they run routes and how quickly you can come together with them.
And is that all something you have to do on the field, Justin, or is this film study help with that, or just time together?
Most probably just time together, within, you know, getting to know him and how he thinks and how he reacts and all that stuff. So, you know, of course the field is a very key part of it as well. So, but most likely just being together.
Because you've been away now and come back, what do you think you've learned more about the game from being somewhere else?
You know, I've learned a lot of do's and don'ts. I learned a lot of positive things and a lot of things that I don't want to do. I mean, that was something that, you know, you kind of miss what you had when you realize what it was. So, you know, I understand a lot more about what Mitch tries to do and what he tries to accomplish by seeing another person, the way he coaches it and stuff like that. So, you know, excited to be back with Mitch and kind of get back to what we were doing. Yeah,
and the game, you're right, the game is the game, but people approach it differently.
Absolutely.
And it does give you a better insight into what others are thinking, doesn't it?
Absolutely, you know, and you don't always, you know, he runs one play and he doesn't maybe quite explain it as well as another guy. So it was interesting, especially a guy like Coach Hohensee, who's been around this game for so many years, and seeing how he thinks about every play and how he reacts to it. It definitely helped me grow a little bit.
Now, this is an unusual situation here too, in that this team has always been, you know, a team that's going to finish 12-4 or 13-3, and this is a game that can get this team back to 500 for the first time during the year. So it's a little different from that standpoint, but I would think from your standpoint it'd be exciting to come in and be a part of what is hoping to become a run.
Absolutely. I mean, this team, you could tell just from week to week, each week you watch them, and like I said, I've been watching them in Philadelphia. They get better and better, and they just start being more crisp with their routes and a little less of this, and they're just getting better and better. And I think that each week is going to continue to be that way, and hopefully I can come in and help them out and you know, continue the growth.
Well, we all like familiarity and things we can do, and you know, you threw to the Jeff Yulees and to the Donovan Morgans for a long time. Is there something exciting about having a new group too?
Absolutely. You know, you always want to get to with the new guy and see what he does best and what he doesn't do, and you know, these guys, from what Mitch has talked about them, are outstanding gentlemen. Not only that, but they're great football players, and I'm excited to see what they can do. I've seen what Jeff and Donovan and all those guys can do, and these are some unfamiliar faces that can make some plays.
You know, I remember the very first time you started, I stood with you on the field and I said, how am I going to know you're having fun? You said, it'll be because I'm smiling.
Smiling, yeah.
Right, and you seem to still be smiling, so this game is still fun?
It's gotten to the point where in Philadelphia it wasn't as much fun, and that's why I'm excited to be back home. You know, I'll hopefully be smiling tonight and all that wonderful stuff. But it's always a game that I've loved. To play this game for the amount of money they pay us, you got to love it. You know, so it's exciting to be in front of the fans and back with the team.
I got to tell you, to broadcast it for what they pay us, you got to love it too.
Exactly, right?
Same thing. How have you changed as a quarterback since that first start? Certainly, I know that experience and that kind of thing happens, but how have you as a player developed?
Just maturity. I mean, I play probably the same. I don't, of course, probably make as much risk running the ball like I used to, which wasn't much back then. But you know, just getting to know the game and understanding the concepts as far as what the defenses are doing, being able to read the defenses a little bit better than I used to. and just understanding where the ball needs to go.
Sure. Yeah. What's it like going from that young guy in the locker room to that experienced guy in the locker room? So you and Jamar are now the guys who've been around.
It means you're getting older, I guess, but it's fun because you take on a different role. You looked up to somebody when you were younger. Now that people look up to you, and that's what I hope I can bring to this organization now. Is there's a lot of young guys now that haven't been where we've been in the past,
right.
and hopefully I can help them get there.
I do think 16 is available, by the way.
From what I've been told, I'm 61 by you.
We'll see if we can't work that out.
Right.
All right, Mitch Allner will join me next, and we'll close it up. That's Justin Allgood. I'm Rick Corey, and this is Off the Wall, the Tulsa Talons TV show, all about Talons football, brought to you by Envision Media Group and Video Revolution.